What's up guys, Mr. Scanlon here, and in this video I'm going to be going over that Python Programming 2 chapter. Now again, I want to stress how important it is that you guys are reading the entire chapter and then watching the video and then doing the projects instead of just like watching the video and expecting to get the entire chapter out of it. You're definitely going to be able to pick up a lot of important things in the video, so it's important to watch it. A lot of stuff that you might not necessarily be able to pick up just by reading the text. There's some things that are better shown than simply written out. However, there's also a lot of things in the text that are important, like links to external readings or pictures or videos that I think are really important, as well as a few other explanations that I don't necessarily cover in here because of time. So in this chapter, we're going to be talking about computer I/O and data, and in general data for the most part. Just starting out with I/O, it just stands for input and output. It's a concept that you use every time you use a computer in the modern age. If I'm on Google here and I just start typing in Mount Carmel High School, this Mount Carmel High School that I just typed in, that's an input. That's a computer input. So anytime you do some action to the computer, you input an action of some kind. That's the I in I/O basically. And then all the stuff that you see on screen here, the links, the pictures, the maps, all this stuff on screen is basically the output from Google's server. So we inputted something and then Google took whatever we input and then sent something back that had something to do with what we put in from their server to our screen, and then it's displayed for us on here through HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which are other programming languages. All right, so I/O is a very broad concept. There's a lot of stuff in human computer interaction that oops, don't agree, but that you guys could like look up or something. But for the most part, you just have to know that I/O is a concept. It's an important concept, and that we're going to be talking about it and programming with it in this chapter. All right, so data. I'm just going to go to this website real quick, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte. So what's a byte? I linked this in the chapter if you want to check it out. But basically, we're just talking about the very basics of what a byte is in a computer. So if you ever, I also want to open up another window. Sorry. If you ever heard the expression like, oh, a computer is just ones and zeros at the end of the day, well, they're not really lying. Basically, at the very root of a computer, in terms of software, everything is made up of ones and zeros, just many different electrons that basically the computer is reading to figure out how many ones and zeros there are in a bit, or I mean, excuse me, in a byte, which we're going to talk about in a second here. So if I go to this website, binary decimal, you guys are familiar with the decimal system. So it's base 10 system. So if I go to my calculator up here, oops, not calendar, sorry, calculator, and I open up calculator here, and I type in 124. You know this number is 124. You know that because the 4 is in the ones columns, the 2 is in the tens column, and the 1 is in the hundreds column. Now, we just take this for granted because it's the way we've read numbers all our life. Computers, however, do not read in base 10, at least not at the most basic level. Of course, like now, if I have my calculator application open, they read base 10. They can multiply, divide, subtract, add. They can do everything with it. But at the very root level, they use what's called binary, which is base 2. Now, I'm just going to show you guys how you can convert from binary to decimal to kind of give you an idea of how it works. I'm just going to type in the numbers 10101. This is from the chapter. So if I can convert this, if you read the chapter, it ends up being 21. Well, why is that? Because this first 1 here is not in the ones place. Well, actually, it is in the ones place, just like base 10. But if I go to the 0 here, it's not in the tens place. This 0 that I'm bouncing around here with my cursor is actually in the twos place. And then this 1 right here is in the fours place. This 0 right here is in the eights place. And then this 1 on the end here is in the 16s